I hear a knock on the door. It must be another trick-or-treater. However, I immediately had concerns as the knocking did not stop until I reached the door, but I did assume it was kids who were just excited. I opened the door to see a grown man, by himself. He was tall, skinny but athletic, and his face was covered by a mask. He was holding a bowl at his waist which had a few candies in it. I smiled at him and gave him some candy. I said, "There you go, have a good night." As I went to close the door, he said,
"I need to use your phone. There's been an accident."
It was Halloween night. My little brother was excited for trick-or-treating. Me being a 16-year-old girl, I felt I was a bit too old to go trick-or-treating. I managed to strike a deal with my parents. They would take my little brother trick-or-treating, and I would stay home and give candy to the trick-or-treaters who knock on our door. I had a few visitors throughout the night, cute kids in their cute outfits, in their element as I gave them plenty of candy. It was following this that the man in the mask knocked on my door. I did have suspicions, as this was a grown man trick-or-treating, but I thought to myself that maybe he had some disabilities and just loved to still go trick-or-treating. I was not going to be the one that spoiled that for him. When he asked,
"I need to use your phone. There's been an accident,"
I thought how deep and scary his voice was. I was caught so off guard. I responded, "Oh no, is everything okay? Haven't you got your phone on you?" He continued to stare at me and didn't speak. After a bit of a pause, he repeated,
"I need to use your phone. There's been an accident."
I was concerned. The man wasn't going to give up. I then told him, "I'm going to shut the door and call the police to help you. Just give me a minute." I went to shut the door and I felt it push back. I was confused. Then I looked down. He's blocked the door from shutting with his foot. He then said,
"Someone's been hurt. I need to use your phone."
Suddenly I could hear the sound of kids laughing and footsteps. I watched as his foot slowly backed away. I slammed the door shut and locked it. I ran to the kitchen and picked up our landline and also my mobile phone. I called the police on one and my mum on the other. I explained to both of them at the same time what was happening. As I was talking, I had the urge to peek out the kitchen window. To my horror, there he was on the other side of the window. The man in the mask just stood there staring at me. I screamed and accidentally dropped my mobile, smashing it. Luckily, I still had the landline which I was using to call my mum. I yelled into the phone so he could hear me telling my mum there was a man trying to get in the house. I bent down to pick up my mobile. When I stood back up, he was out of sight. My parents and the police arrived quickly. There was nobody around. The man was gone. I haven't seen him since that night, but every so often when I am in my room, I spend a lot of time looking out of my window due to paranoia. I fear for the day I look out there and he will be there, staring back at me.